I'm Kronicz, and here is Kristol.
Hello.
From the most extreme wrestling, and this is your NXT review for August 7th, 2013, and we're actually both sitting here enjoying our first ever week-long staycation.
That's right. It has been epic.
Yes. In the past, we've went places to other states, but this time around, we were just kind of like, yeah, let's save some money and...
Also, yeah, I've been traveling a lot for
True.
work. I counted. I've been to like almost 10 cities in the past 6 months.
I mean, you went to Toronto.
I went to Montreal.
Oh. Yeah, I always get that.
Let's see. I went to Dallas twice, Austin, Houston, Montreal,
Chicago,
Milwaukee, Daytona Beach, Cleveland, and Erie.
Yeah.
Am I leaving out any?
Florida.
Daytona Beach is in Florida.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all.
So yeah, you've been all over the place. I haven't, however, but yeah. And we for this time around we went to the water park. We actually got to meet the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Chris Sabin.
We did. That was cool.
Got Marco Rose and Mocha Bain tickets to the September 26th Impact live and the taping after, I guess.
Well, they're going to pay us back. We're not just like super generous.
Oh, yeah, no. We didn't sacrifice a vacation just to buy them tickets.
We did not.
But that's going to be cool. We got to get the pre-sale and everything. That's why we got to meet them. And on our Facebooks, which I'll have our little Facebook Most Extreme Wrestling thing in the description box, but we actually have pictures of Kronicz and Kristol individually holding the TNA World Championship,
Yep.
if you can
I held the
believe it.
TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
It is true, if you can believe it or not. So for this show, we got Alex Riley. He's on commentary now, and he's actually good.
Yeah, he's good on commentary. He
I
was still talking about his days with The Miz, which was a little sad.
Did he
but
really say that?
He did.
I didn't hear that. But see,
He was like, when I was with The Miz, we had each other's backs. And that's why we were successful, because he was talking about how the Shield had to be around because they had Dean Ambrose's back or whatever.
Well, I guess I can at least say that I'm glad that Alex Riley is doing something on television.
Agreed.
So I guess he has that. Now we get the little intro with NXT, and you might notice that Cassius Ohno is now off of the intro and been replaced by Tyler Breeze, which is sad for Cassius Ohno. Does this mean he's never going to be like on television ever again, or is he done? I mean, it just kind of sucks for the guy. Yeah. He's not there anymore. Cassius Ohno. Oh my gosh. With that being said...
It's like Cassius Clay and Apollo Ohno.
Probably.
He stole two people's names and squished them together.
That was WWE's little thing that they do. They're naming people.
Okay.
He didn't come up with that name.
Well.
No, not at all. But... it is announced that Tyler Breeze has entered the building, which I am super excited for, and everybody.
The guy looks like you, right?
Yeah, and everybody boos. But now we have a United States Championship match with Dean Ambrose, the champion, versus Adrian Neville, and it was a very good and long match. And you pointed out that the match was really long, and a lot of the show was different than other WWE programs.
Yes, I did.
Which is cool. I like that it feels different. The whole feeling different actually comes into play later. I made a revelation, I guess. But it really looked like Adrian Neville was going to win. It was high-paced. Adrian Neville can really move, and he does this spinning air assault move. I don't even know what it's called, but... as he's almost going to get the win, but Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, the rest of the Shield, come out and break up the pin. And I was thinking, man, I really thought Adrian Neville was going to win for some odd reason, which would never happen.
I don't know why you thought that.
But then it struck me, it's like, this is taped weeks in advance. So if a championship changed on NXT, well, you would have Dean Ambrose coming out for 3 weeks straight without a belt, and they would be like, well, he's still the champion, but yeah, that wouldn't really work with it. He hits that, and after they have this giant brawl, Graves and Woods come down to save them. I thought this was going to set up a tag match, but it did not. Now we have a whole bunch of random guys talking about something.
It's like they were speaking another language.
They almost were.
I literally understood about 20% of what they said.
There was a bunch of accents. I can't even remember the guys' names. I remember their faces, but there was
bro a lot.
There was a guy with dreadlocks dancing in the background.
There was
a guy with long blonde hair, and I was like, who and what are these people? This is a complaint I've had about NXT in weeks past, is that you'll have segments in the back, and the announcers won't say who they are, and the person that interviewing them won't say who they are, and they themselves will not announce their name.
That's true.
Yeah,
so
John
you're
Cena.
just confused.
Like, John Cena doesn't have to do so, but pretty much they're always like, oh my god, it's John Cena, or John Cena, what do you think about this? Or he's like, my name is John Cena, or
no,
my name
only
is
Randy Orton does that.
But the point is, by nameplate, by saying it, by some way, it will be let everyone know who they are.
Yes.
Like in our videos, we say who we are every freaking time.
Yes, we do.
Because somebody new probably would possibly want to know who we are, so they can be like, Kronicz, you are stupid, or they can say, Kronicz, you are awesome. Otherwise, I say, hey dude, cool video. But I'm just saying, it's just, you should do that. I think so. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Okay, so after these guys have their thing, they have a dance-off with Emma and Summer Rae. And this is where I make the revelation that because NXT is different than Raw and different than all the other things, that it is somehow okay to have a dance-off on NXT. Because it doesn't feel like it's the same type of deal. Like, it feels like it's alright to have a goofy segment on NXT, whereas if they did this on Raw, I would be very upset.
Really?
I can't pin it down. It's something I'm going to have to think about, but it's like NXT feels like a different world.
It is a different world, but I didn't know that dance-offs on Raw offended you.
Well, most of the time they are very stupid, and the crowd craps on them. See, in the NXT arena, not so much.
True.
They enjoyed it. They
But
thought it was fun. It was like a house show environment.
But don't they film NXT before, like, SmackDown and Raw and stuff?
No, they film NXT in the Full Sail Arena on its own. Like, they film like 3 weeks or so, and then they put them out later.
I thought they filmed some NXT stuff right before SmackDown.
But that was back in the day. It's changed. It used to, yes.
Okay.
Because we saw AJ
I was like, I know, I remember this.
No, because
okay.
we saw an awesome match with
The Usos and AJ and...
with AJ and all that. But that was like in 2011. That was in 2012, maybe?
Yeah,
or 11. But yeah, it's changed now, and now they're at the Full Sail, and they have the small arena and everything. Okay. So it's like a completely different environment.
So this is my first time seeing Emma.
Yes.
And at first I did not like Emma.
Because she was blonde.
Because she's a blonde girl.
And I thought...
And I inherently don't like blonde girls.
And
Sorry
I don't either.
if you're a blonde girl.
But the thing with me is, I think if you're from Australia or Sweden or any place like that where you're just naturally blonde, I think it's okay.
Well, I liked her after she did her thing.
Yeah, because you were hating on her.
Because she wasn't like, oh my god, like, I'm blonde and I love everyone.
Well, yeah, she didn't do that at all. But
no.
We have Summer Rae, who is the valet for Fandango.
Which Kronicz said he told me like 4 times, but I was still surprised when I found that out.
Because I was sitting there watching, and you're like, hey, is that the girl, the Fandango girl? And I was like,
Well, I didn't like her. She was...
Well, she was a heel.
I know.
And she started dancing her ballroom style or whatever, and Emma does her stonerific...
She did the chicken dance, and then she did the shopping cart.
Yeah, well, the ring announcer or whatever that announces people coming out, he's like, all right, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. I think the guy was having way too much fun. Because, like, normally he just says the following contest, but on this one, he was just like, oh, well, I'm going to make a comment on this. And I think he was having a lot of fun because he had mic time, and he really looked like he was marking out a little bit. Don't you think?
Maybe.
He says he's going to let the WWE Universe decide who's going to win this one, and I'm like, I thought it was the NXT Universe. Like,
they said it, they always talk about the WWE Universe and WWE during
on NXT. Well,
they did that this whole show.
I really don't think
that.
I don't think they did. They do talk about WWE superstars, but they don't refer to it as the WWE Universe. They refer it to as the NXT Universe or the NXT something.
All I heard this time was WWE Universe.
Because, I don't know, it seems like you would never refer to those fans in the NXT arena with all the NXT logos as WWE fans. They're NXT fans. To me, they're separated. I don't know.
To me,
they're
the same.
Even though there's a WWE logo on the bottom, still, I don't know. There seems to be some degrees of separation in my mind for whatever reason. So Emma starts getting the yes chance as she does her goofy dance, and Summer Rae gets the no chance for her very sophisticated dancing. Now it is announced that Emma will do her trademarked, I guess, advanced shopping cart trolley.
Yeah, the shopping cart, as I already mentioned.
Yes, well, you know, it would have made more sense if I just did it in a natural progression. But anyways, she does that and the crowd erupts and goes crazy. And she's done at this. Summer Rae is absolutely livid. She's mad because she's making fun of the art of the art of dancing.
Yep.
I wrote wrestling. Why in God's name did I do that? The art of dancing.
Yes.
And I was like, man, that was just a great heel line, right? And then the Fandango music hits. She starts doing her thing and everybody's
you already
booing.
said that.
Huh?
You already said that she did the Fandango dance.
Yes. Well, I forgot to put in the other part.
Long story short, Emma won.
She did.
And then there was a post-match beatdown.
Well, it was not a match.
Post-dance-off beatdown.
There you go. And Emma, yes, she gets beat up, but you came around and you started liking Emma.
I said that already.
I'm just saying.
I covered the segment in like 5 seconds.
I know, but I brought it back.
Okay.
We're like post looking at it, whatever that's called.
Okay.
Your post analysis.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, Danny Burch versus Tyler Breeze. Now, I love Tyler Breeze's entrance video this week.
Because it's you?
Well, I noticed this week because his entrance video is literally an iPhone with the screen just showing him, like, with a video spinning around showing himself. And that's just brilliant. Like a giant iPhone is his entrance. That is just awesome. So,
I'm nodding. I'm sorry. I forget we're not on video.
Yeah.
I was agreeing emphatically.
Yeah, okay. So, very short match, really. Spinning heel kick, which, if he was a good guy, would it be a spinning face kick? Because, I mean, technically, it would still, like, make sense.
You know that's true.
So he wins the match and takes pictures of himself, and then takes pictures and selfies, as they are called, unfortunately, of him and his beaten down opponent, which was
good.
Which was good. I don't know. I got some kind of like homoerotic overtones there. Two sweaty dudes on top of each other taking pictures of themselves.
That's like all of wrestling.
You know you're right. Well, I guess it isn't that weird, is it?
No, not at all. It was not weird at all.
It wasn't weird at all for two guys to have pictures of themselves, especially taking pictures of themselves as an unconscious former opponent or whatever. But anyways, and Kristol's just like shaking her head and squinting.
I am, because you just said weird things.
I'm sorry.
But go ahead.
Okay, well...
Your hair's also kind of divided itself into pigtails, almost.
Well, no one can see that, as we alluded to earlier. I did have my hair parted in a ponytail, but the ponytail has completely fallen out, and my hair just looks weird. But I'm holding my notes, and I can't really tie my hair, because that would take too long, as this little explanation of what you just said is taking too long. So now we have Bo Dallas cutting a promo.
I hate Bo Dallas.
Look, some people think the idea is that Bo Dallas is actually a face, and it's ridiculous.
He the one that kept calling everybody a kid?
Yeah. Look, I'm going to get to that.
I hate him even more now. That was really stupid.
Look, because I've always thought he was a heel, like ever since he was on NXT, but especially winning the title and everything. But let's just take an analysis of what he said during his promo to see if he really is a good guy or bad guy. He kept calling people good kids. He was talking to them like they were children. He kept cutting off the announcer, and he did the don't stop Bo leaving thing, which nobody likes, nobody cheers for, and everybody boos. So I think that if you look at every single solitary thing he did, that makes him unlikable and not a good guy and a bad guy and a heel. I mean, isn't that like case closed?
Yeah, it's like case closed, but I just hate him.
Why?
I hate his name.
Because he's in the Royal Rumble?
No, because I hate his name.
Why?
I hate his name.
What's wrong with Bo Dallas?
It's terrible. It's the most redneck name I've ever heard in my life. I hate his name, and I hate the fact that he's like 21 years old and he calls everybody a kid. Like, that's not just heelish, it's stupid.
Well, your explanation was long enough for me to put my hair back in a ponytail. So now we have
so glad.
Bo Dallas versus Lee Kruger. Yeah, Lee Kruger. He kind of looks like the guy who attacked Randy Orton.
Does he look like Freddy Krueger?
No.
Okay.
I guess they thought since he's a big scary guy, they should give him the Kruger name. It's like I think you're probably right with the whole naming, just like throwing things together. They probably have some kind of a computer program that they put in like traits of what the guy is like, and then they're like, okay, scary guy, Freddy Krueger, and it pops up on the screen, and then they put a randomizer and they put first name, last name. Like Bo Dallas, like how random is that? Dolph Ziggler, stuff like that. It's just like randomness. Like it could have been anything.
Okay.
Scary name, put it together. You don't believe me, but
I don't.
You don't think it's possible
I'm pretty sure that they can come up with names on their own without a special computer program.
So, okay, so you think that they came to Leo Kruger just like
I think they were all sitting around a room having a brainstorming session, and somebody said Scary Guy, and somebody said Freddy Krueger, and somebody went Leo.
Well,
and
see,
they went ka-ching.
Well, see, that's what I don't get, because why couldn't they have just made a program to do that?
Why would you make a program to do that?
That makes perfect sense. You have a bazillion guys coming in, and see, it would take too long to have a bunch of guys sit around and do that when you can have a program where you can just, new developmental guy.
They don't use a program.
Then they can have 15 names pop up on the screen, and they can choose between them.
They're not going to use a program.
I think that they would.
I think that they don't.
I think they would. But anyways, now we have the match, and yes, everyone booing Bo Dallas. It was, I don't know, I was not, super, excited for the match or whatever, because I don't really like Bo Dallas, and I really don't feel Leo Kruger. But they say that everyone who has won the NXT Championship has gone on to be big WWE superstars.
Which was false.
Which, I can't even remember. I didn't really watch it, so I don't even know who was NXT Champion before Big E Langston and Bo Dallas. So
Bo Dallas has done nothing in the WWE.
Yeah, well, he's been in the Royal Rumble.
He was there for 1 second.
Actually, he lasted a while. But
no, I'm saying he was in WWE for 1 second.
Yeah, well, Bo Dallas wins by submission. And you pointed out it was some sort of armbar that you have done in jiu-jitsu.
I have, but the guy wasn't doing it right.
Which is funny. And this is something I just wanted to bring out as we come out to the final thing to talk about here on the review after Bo Dallas wins, right?
Okay.
So, do you think, because there's probably an increased awareness of martial arts, MMA, and things of that nature, that believability in wrestling has changed a little bit? Because it's in the past, you could believe an atomic drop or this or that and just random leg drops or whatever. But now you see a lot more submissions, and it's since people are so much more into MMA and stuff like that, do they look at an armbar and think, oh, well, he's doing it wrong, this is stupid? You think because I see a lot more submission influences from MMA and stuff.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I don't think it matters because the point of wrestling isn't doing an armbar correctly. The point of wrestling is using a match to tell a story.
Well, I know.
So it doesn't matter.
Well, that's true.
I noticed on that particular one just because I've done it.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert or anything, but it doesn't affect my enjoyment of wrestling because I don't watch wrestling because...
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if I wanted to watch real martial arts, I would just pull up jiu-jitsu matches on the internet and watch that for 3.5 hours. Well, but I don't want to do that.
That's true. You want to be entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
so it's just you watch it for a different reason. So I don't think it matters.
But you would agree that they have pulled in a lot more MMA type. Yes,
I would agree with that
because that's kind of the direction people are going. Because in the '90s, people hit each other over the head with stuff and did retarded, things.
Yes.
And and that was just the nature of society. And,
right.
And then wrestling kind of mirrored that with the hardcore stuff.
And then now our society has changed where they like more martial arts, MMA, stuff like that. So they're trying to mirror that as well.
Well, that makes sense. But did you like NXT? This is the first time you ever watched it. You thought it was very short.
I did like it. I liked the fact that it was short. If it was any longer, I don't think I would have liked it. Because I didn't like the long matches. It's kind of
Yeah, because it was much longer than Raw for matches.
But I liked it overall. I think I would watch it again.
You got to see Paige and people like that.
Yeah, but I liked it. I thought it was, like I said, it's the good length. I like that it's kind of a different world and they do different things. I enjoyed it.
Cool. So, yeah, that's NXT, and I will see you guys next time.